Mali, a landlocked country in West Africa, has recently been in the news because of a big change in its foreign alliances. Historically, Mali has been closely tied to Western nations, mainly France, because of colonial ties and the economic and military aid that followed. However, in recent years, this relationship has weakened, leading Mali to look for new partners in Russia and China. To understand this change, we need to look at the historical context. Mali gained its independence from France in 1960, but the legacy of colonialism left deep economic and social scars. Over the decades, Mali has faced political instability, economic challenges, and threats to its security, particularly from Islamist militant groups in the northern regions. The economic implications of this change are significant. China, with its Belt and Road Initiative, is investing heavily in African infrastructure, and Mali is no exception. New road, rail, and telecommunications projects are underway, promising to boost Mali's economic development. In return, Mali offers China access to its rich natural resources, including gold and oil. Russia, for its part, is offering military support. With the decrease in French military presence in Mali, Russian mercenaries and military advisors have stepped in. This partnership aims to stabilize the region, but it also raises concerns about human rights violations and the long-term impact on Mali's sovereignty. Geopolitically, Mali's new alliances could shift the balance of power in West Africa. As Western influence declines, Russia and China are positioning themselves as key players in the region. This development could lead to increased competition for resources and influence, potentially destabilizing an already fragile political landscape. In conclusion, Mali's pivot from Western alliances to partnerships with Russia and China is a complex and multifaceted development. It reflects broader global trends and has significant implications for the country's future. As Mali embarks on this new path, the world will be watching closely how these alliances shape its destiny. As Mali shifts its alliances from the West towards Russia and China, the military and security implications of these new partnerships take center stage. This section explores how these alliances are reshaping regional stability and Mali's internal security dynamics. Russia, known for its military strength, has quickly become a crucial partner for Mali. Russian military advisors and mercenaries have been deployed to train Malian forces, providing them with the skills and equipment needed to combat the ongoing threats posed by militant groups in the northern regions. This support has been essential in bolstering Mali's military capabilities, offering a much-needed lifeline as the French military presence diminishes. However, this partnership is not without its challenges. The involvement of Russian mercenaries raises concerns about potential human rights violations and the long-term impact on Mali's sovereignty. The presence of these foreign fighters could create a dependency on Russian military support, complicating Mali's ability to independently secure its borders and maintain internal stability. On the other hand, China's involvement in Mali's security landscape is more subtle but strategic. While China primarily focuses on economic investments, it also provides military aid in the form of training programs and non-lethal equipment. This two-pronged approach aims to indirectly stabilize the region by promoting economic development alongside security improvements. But how do these new alliances affect regional stability? Mali's shifting alliances have the potential to change the balance of power in West Africa. As Russia and China expand their influence, traditional Western powers might see their hold on the region diminish. This geopolitical realignment could lead to increased competition for influence and resources, potentially destabilizing an already fragile political landscape. Furthermore, Mali's internal security is at a crossroads. Support from Russia and China could help stabilize the country by providing the tools needed to fight terrorism and insurgency, or it could worsen internal divisions and external dependencies, making long-term stability even harder to achieve. In summary, Mali's new alliances with Russia and China present both opportunities and risks. Russia's military support strengthens Mali's immediate security capabilities, but it comes with concerns about sovereignty and human rights. China's economic and military aid offers a more balanced approach, but could still lead to dependency. The impact on regional stability remains uncertain, as the shifting alliances could either usher in a new era of collaboration or spark new competition and conflict. Stay with us as we continue to explore the broader implications of Mali's geopolitical shift and what it means for the future of the region. As Mali shifts its alliances from Western powers towards Russia and China, the impacts extend far beyond military and economic spheres. This segment explores the cultural and social impacts of these new partnerships and how they are perceived by the Malian people. Cultural exchanges between Mali and its new allies are already beginning to reshape the country's social fabric. Russian language classes are being introduced in schools, and cultural centers are being established to promote Russian and Chinese arts, traditions, and values. This influx of new cultural influences is being met with a mix of curiosity and skepticism by Malians. On one hand, the younger generation sees these changes as opportunities to broaden their cultural horizons and access new educational and professional prospects. The introduction of Russian and Chinese scholarships offers Malian students the chance to study abroad, fostering a new wave of international openness and cultural assimilation. However, not all segments of the population share the same enthusiasm. Some Malians express concerns about the erosion of their traditional cultural values and the risk of cultural imperialism. The older generation, in particular, worries that Mali's deeply rooted customs and heritage might be overshadowed by foreign influences. Socially, the alliances with Russia and China are also reshaping community dynamics. The presence of Russian and Chinese expatriates in Mali is becoming more pronounced, leading to the creation of new social networks and business relationships. This growing expatriate community brings both opportunities for cultural exchange and challenges in terms of social integration. The long-term effects of these cultural and social changes remain uncertain. Will Mali succeed in harmonizing these new influences with its rich cultural heritage, or will it face internal tensions and cultural conflicts? The answer lies in how Mali navigates this complex landscape and finds a balance between the benefits of international partnerships and the preservation of its unique cultural identity. Stay with us as we continue to explore the broader implications of Mali's geopolitical shift and what it means for the future of the region. As we've seen throughout this analysis, Mali's shift in alliances, moving away from the West and forming partnerships with Russia and China, is a multifaceted development with far-reaching implications. From the detailed analysis of Mali's strategic realignment to the military and security implications, including the cultural and social impacts, it's clear that this geopolitical shift is reshaping the nation's future on multiple fronts. Mali's new alliances have introduced a complex mix of opportunities and challenges. On one hand, military cooperation with Russia promises stronger security capabilities, while China's economic investments offer significant development prospects. On the other hand, these partnerships also raise concerns about dependency and the preservation of Mali's cultural identity. Looking ahead, Mali's geopolitical direction will largely depend on how it manages these new relationships. Will Mali be able to leverage these alliances to achieve sustainable growth and security, or will it face new forms of dependency and cultural erosion? The outcomes remain uncertain, but one thing is clear: Mali's journey reflects the shifting dynamics of power and influence on a global scale. As we continue to observe and analyze these developments, it's crucial to stay informed about the evolving landscape and the broader implications for the region and the world. Stay with us for more in-depth analysis of global geopolitical shifts and their significant impacts. What I wish I knew about Mali's partnerships before this shift. Mali, a landlocked country in West Africa, has long been an ally of Western powers. However, in recent years, there's been a big change in its foreign policy. This change has major implications not just for Mali, but for the region and the whole world. To understand what caused this shift, we need to look at Mali's recent history and the things that led to this strategic change. Since 2020, Mali has moved away from Western partnerships. This turning point was marked by a series of political and military events that shook up the country's geopolitical landscape. In August 2020, a military coup overthrew President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, throwing the country into a period of uncertainty. Mali's new leaders quickly looked to diversify their international partnerships, turning to non-Western powers like Russia and China. This decision was driven by several factors, including a desire to be less reliant on former colonial powers and to find new partners who could support Mali's economic and security goals, in favor of Russia and China. Russia, with its military expertise and its desire to increase its presence in Africa, quickly answered Mali's call. Military cooperation agreements were signed, and Russian military advisors were sent to the country to train and equip the Malian armed forces. China, with its economic power and its ambition to strengthen its ties with the African continent, also stepped up its relationship with Mali. Huge investments in infrastructure, energy and mining were made, making China a key partner for Mali's economic development. What does this mean for Mali's future? Mali's strategic shift towards Russia and China could have big consequences. In terms of security, Working with Russia might strengthen Mali's military and help stabilize the country against terrorist threats. However, this partnership could also make Mali more reliant on Russia, which could affect Mali's independence. Economically, Chinese investments could boost growth and development, but they could also make Mali economically dependent on China, with risks for the long-term health of Mali's economy. Stay with us to understand the implications of this geopolitical shift. We'll explore the reasons behind this strategic realignment, the potential benefits and risks for Mali, and how the international community is reacting. We'll also look at how this change might affect the regional dynamics in West Africa and beyond. Ultimately, understanding Mali's partnerships with Russia and China is crucial for grasping the current and future geopolitical challenges in the region. Don't miss this in-depth analysis, which will give you a better understanding of the challenges and opportunities Mali faces in this new international context.